Hello and welcome everyone. This is Darius Barazandeh and this is your energy update for April 1st to April 7th. And I want to share some of the key energetic events of this week. And also, like I did last week and every Friday, give you a look forward of what you want to do and some of the energies that you're going to be working with to move yourself forward as quickly as possible. Every day on our energy sessions, we work in this energy body. But you realize that you're not just an energy body or physical body, you're also this being who is living within a greater energy system. And our energy system is affected by the movement of the planets, by certain energies, ascension energies, planetary energies, cosmic energies, and much more. And this is my goal, to help you make your life really easy so that the entire cosmos of energy is behind you and moving you to the things that you want to see come about in your life. And this week was no different, and this weekend and the week following will be no different. We had last week, as I talked about, a cosmos of energy is behind you and moving you to the things that you want to see come about in your life. And this week was no different, and this weekend and the week following will be no different. We had last week, as I talked about, a full moon in Libra. And Libra was all about the scales, right? The scales of justice, harmony, balance. And my number one warning was to stay balanced. There's a lot of that spring equinox energy of wanting to go forward, be impulsive, move forward, make decisions, that driving energy, but the harmony and balance is really important. And we get there by taking time to go deep, to really go into the heart. Ask the question energetically, what do I really want to do? How do I really want to feel? What really feels right to me? And this is so true as we move into next week. We need to stay in harmony with the heart, and I'm going to tell you why. We have a very rare and special astrological cosmic event that is in effect right now as I record this video, and it's Mars going conjunct Saturn. We have these two great heavenly bodies that actually are now conjunct, and they have two very different energies. If you know your astrology and your planetary history, Mars was the Roman god of war, and Mars energy is all about moving forward, propelling forward, being bold, impulsive, taking action. And yet the Saturn energy is more about restraint, more about patience, perseverance. And a lot of people are being pulled between these two energies. You may be feeling it. It can arise in your system as maybe a little bit of tension. Maybe you feel guilty, like I need to be doing more. Maybe you feel like, there's this urgency, but I don't know what to do, so I'm beating myself up about it, and then I don't do anything. This is not the place we want to be. This is not going to help us to use the earth energies and all the energies around us in the right way. What we need to do is remember a few things. First of all, the ancients said that when two planets were in conjunct, usually the planet that was further out from the sun, therefore had the biggest orbit, had the most power and weight and ruled. So we want to use the restraint of the Saturn energy. We want to use that time period of really connecting into our heart, really getting clear. And that's what we did this week on the sessions, and it'll help you all through the weekend and all through the following week. But we also have something pretty amazing happening this Saturday, which will be tomorrow. From the date I'm recording this, on Saturday 4/7, we have a 22 universal date, which actually acts as a little bit of a spiritual information and a manifestation vortex. This universal 22 date will be a great time Saturday to clean up, stuff in your house that you don't use anymore. Maybe do some spring cleaning. It'd be a great time to get really clear, cleaning up old energy, listening to the calls. We've got quite a few that will help you do that, including Jill Madsen, Mona Delfino, Jean Ang, oh my gosh, and Edwin Spina, off the charts. These are amazing. But I'm going to share a little more about it because it's actually a really good time to get clear on what you really want in your life from a spiritual perspective. And that means a little bit of, okay, this is where I want to go as a spiritual being, but this is how I want my life to look as I'm living it. So we're not just thinking of manifesting physical things to have them. We're thinking of how do we manifest and live in a space of joy, bliss, and happiness and fulfillment on our path. and all of our needs being met. So think about that and maybe write out a plan, write out some steps, write out some things that are going to help you. And we actually did that quite a bit on our calls this week because this has been in the stars for quite a while. Stay grounded, stay connected to the heart, perseverance, being centered, don't act impulsively, move forward with resilience, stability, and in alignment with who you are. And we did some incredible things this week that are going to help you, and I would invite you to listen. This was mind-blowing. First of all, Jill Mattson, who is an incredible sound healer and incredible study of ancient sound frequencies, she shares some ancient Egyptian Sephiroth frequencies from the Tree of Life transformations. I cannot tell you how exciting this was to participate in this live. The replay is just as powerful, and she invokes 4 to 5 ancient frequencies never heard before from the ancient Egyptian Sephiroth. You are going to feel these alchemical transformations begin to lift energies, and I can't even describe. We actually quantum time warped during the call. There was a moment where it felt like I literally went back in time about 30 seconds or 5 minutes before. And I remember in the call just blanking out thinking, oh my gosh, am I still on this call? Like I looped time over and I said, Jill, did you hear that? And she said, yeah, we time warped. We went essentially back in time. Maybe it was 5 minutes, 20 minutes before in the call. Literally, I replayed it. It was amazing. You'll hear that on the call, and people are reporting some weird things changing in their life in a good way. So you gotta check it out. I'd also share Jill Mattson has created some amazing crystal tuning forks. They are going very quickly. So if you want some, we are probably at the time of this recording down to 40 or 35. You can grab yours. I have used them. I'm gonna do a video on them. They have one of the highest frequencies for heart clearing I've ever experienced. But that's not all, because on Tuesday we have Mona Delfino, who did a quantum cellular healing that was a record-breaking call. I mean, the most powerful Mona Delfino clearing we've ever done. You are going to get to listen to it all weekend. Do not miss it. It is absolutely mind-blowing. There are huge comments on that one as well. And on Wednesday, if it could get any better, I would literally I'd be surprised, because we had Jean Ang, who, as many of you may or not know, is a Yale-trained neurobiologist. And he actually started working with the Arcturian energy. Now, the Arcturians are a higher dimensional being, species, energy field that exists at another dimension. And many people who study the Arcturians and talk about them, they are helping as light workers to move our planet into higher ascension. Dr. Jean Yang discovered how to create actually a vortex, a portal, a tunnel to bring in this Arcturian energy into your field. So literally, he calls this the Arcturian light ship. So I want you to imagine when you hear this call, you're not just listening to frequencies that feel good. You're actually opening up a tunnel or a stargate for this Arcturian energy. Now, this is some of the highest energy of the planet and galaxy that is here to help us. And we had people reporting some amazing things with that. It is unlike anything else I've ever seen. And this is the trend, as we are all building on the seasons of UAuth Revolution we've done for so many years. The things are happening faster and faster. So if you're new here, catching on and listening into this energetic wave will shift you even more and more than it did 3-4 years ago. It is astounding what is happening. The planet is shifting, and good is prevailing, and light is prevailing on the planet. Now, on Thursday, we had Edwin Spina, and whoa, we did some incredible clearings for something I don't talk a lot about, but energetic and spiritual parasites. I had a situation many years ago in my work as a hypnotist where a man had a very, very challenging life. He lost his job, he lost his wife, he started getting sick, he lost a lot of energy, he couldn't make anything work. And we got into a deep hypnosis session, and I started going back into the root of what was there and finding out, was there something going on? And all of a sudden, a voice said to me, "Get out of here. You don't belong here." And it was coming from his mouth, but it sounded completely different. Well, eventually, through the work I had done, I sent that entity to the light, and then I would ask the question, which you would do in a session like that: is there anyone or anything else here besides the person's name? John Smith, for example. And I got another voice. And there was another entity there. And then I got another one. Albeit said and done, there were about 34 to 38 of these entities that were in his field. Some of them from the time he was in the Vietnam War, others from ancient times, primordial times, from his, soul's incarnations. Others were from the 1700s and different times. All of it left, and at that point, when that was done, his life radically changed. He ended up getting remarried, his health problems cleared up. Now, that may not always be the case, but that was for him. The chronic stress and the chronic, feelings of all this stuff was affecting him in his body. He ended up shifting his life, quit smoking. Great things happened. So we did this with Ed Spina. So if you're wanting to get some help, or when you listen to the call, you feel like there may be some things that are similar to what you're hearing in your own life, well, guess what? We're going to be doing it for the whole group. So it was a blockbuster week, and I've got some special things I'm going to share about toroidal energy and water and all kind of things. It is exploding at UAlter Revolution. I'm so honored to have you, and thanks for this long video. I want to do a quick 1-minute blessing prayer, maybe 2 minutes, just to hold you in a space of love and light this weekend as you move forward and you go about your way. I'm going to ask that the UAlter Evolution grid come into your field, that all of the healers, teachers, and masters that we've had on, all the light workers, the higher beings, they support you this weekend, that you're supported for more abundance, more light, that you're held in safety and security and love, no matter what's going on around you, that you're held in goodness and grace, and that you know how special you are, and that you know you are loved. And we're just going to spin some Herkimer diamond energy clockwise in your field right now, clearing out any debris, sending out anything that is not of your pure light out of your field right now, allowing you to get a new perspective, a new feeling. You may be feeling it right now, cleaner, more pure, more light-filled experience of who you are. Now set an intention in this moment of what you want your weekend to be like. What is the feeling? Not anything you want, but the feeling. And feel that feeling. We're just going to ask that the highest spirit and highest spirit guides and masters send this feeling into your field now and let you really experience it. And we just hold that space for you, that it comes into effect in a big way. And you might right now, they're telling me that you may get a sign, an idea, a symbol, a phone call, something that is going to guide you toward what you need to do to make that a reality, or the solution to a big problem in your life a reality this weekend. So be on the lookout for signs. And thank you for staying a little longer. I am so honored that you're here and supporting us. Thank you. Enjoy the sessions. They are going to be a big lifesaver. And I'm going to be going back and re-listening to their incredible, and so much energy is moved. Much love, and thanks always for being in my life. Take care, everyone. Much